What's up, y'all? It's your boy Black Iowa, and welcome back to another episode of Cooking with Black Iowa. On today's episode, I'm going to show you how to make chicken and dumplings. Ooh, baby, it's going to be good for the soul, but we got to make it before we can put it in our bowl. So let's roll. Oh yeah, chicken and dumplings. A southern comfort food, baby. Some good stuff when it's cold outside, man. But you know what? Not really too hard to make. This dish right here, boy, it always reminds me of my grandma because, you know, she used to make some mean dumplings, boy. But she would make her dumplings, she would actually make the dough up, and it took a long time, man. It was quite a process. So, you know, over the past couple years, I've learned just to get a can of these old biscuits here, and that's how we're going to be making our dumplings today. But they're going to taste pretty close. Now, we're going to go ahead and start with the very first thing that we need to do, which is to get our chicken going. Now, some people like to take some butter and some water and boil their chicken and kind of get their broth made that way. Me, that's not how I do it, baby. You see, I kind of like to sear on top of my chicken. You know, I want that kind of good brown flavor, that caramelization on the outside of it. So I go ahead and start it off right here in the skillet, baby. Now, we've got it warmed up and it's popping a wheelie on us, so we can way down at the other end. Now, like I say, if you're using a stovetop oven, then you can just go ahead and get a skillet and put it right on top of your oven, baby. But I'm going to use the electric skillet today, and we'll walk through how everything else can be done as we throw these in this pan here, baby. Hear them sizzle. That's right. Okay, now the next thing that we need to do is take a little bit of this salt here, and we're going to put it in on our chicken. So, sprinkle just a tad bit on the top, baby. Don't go too heavy because we're going to be adding some chicken stock and a little more salt as we cook. We don't want it too salty, baby. A little bit of black pepper, my favorite. Sprinkle that on there too, and like I say, just a little bit at this point. And you're going to have your chicken up on high heat, baby, cooking high, getting high with me. And then just go ahead and flip them, you know, every once in a while. All told, this chicken should take about, I'd say maybe 20 minutes to cook all the way through. In your skillet on high heat. And these are chicken breast tenderloins. You can use full chicken breast if you want, but these tenderloins will cook quicker and they will shred better. So, while these are cooking in here, we will go ahead and go over and cut up our green onions. And that way, by the time this chicken is done, the green onions will be done, and we can just go ahead and get started on our dumplings. So, let's go over to the cutting board and get to chopping, baby. Yeah. Well, while we let our chicken sit over there and cook in that skillet, we are going to go ahead and cut up our green onions, baby. And we want all this good green color in there, baby. It'll look good in there with the yellows and the oranges of the carrots. And so we're going to take all the good part down here, all this white part. We want all that. We don't want the little feet of it. We're going to cut that off and then just go all the way up to the top, just like I'm going to show you right here. Now, get your knife, and I just start right at the top just like this, and I will start cutting down. And then, once I get all the way down here, I will kind of try to keep it a little tighter just so I've got some little pieces. I don't want real big hunks on this stuff. And then I will just keep going all the way down. So, as soon as you've got that done, then you can go ahead and take your carrots, like I've already done, and take them over to the sink and get them drained. Then, once our meat is done over here, we'll be ready to shred it up, take it out, and we'll get our water started for our dumplings. So, let's finish these green onions up, and then we'll be back in a minute to check on the chicken. Yeah, baby. Yeah. Ooh, yeah, baby. That chicken looks good and done. See, we'll go ahead and take our spatula here and flip it over. Yeah, see how it's got that good brown color on it? Now, she's ready to go, baby. That's right. So, we will go ahead and take this chicken and take it out and put it on a plate. We'll wash off our cutting board, and then I'll show you how to shred this chicken up so we can put it back in with the dumplings and all the good stuff. That's right, baby. Back to the cutting board. And now I'll show you how I cut up this chicken here. I don't really cut it up so much as I shred it up, and I'll show you what I'm talking about now. Go ahead and take your fork and grab one of these little chicken babies. Take your knife, and instead of cutting down like this, we're going to take it in and kind of just pull it apart. You see what I'm saying? It helps sometimes when you have your fork closer to your knife, because then you can shred it thinner. Now if you like your stuff thicker, leave it thicker. Hell, I don't care, you're the one eating it, but I'm just showing you how I do it. So we're going to take it and just start kind of pulling it off like this here. Yeah, look how that's shredded nice and good there. So that's going to have a good consistency and texture with our dumplings in there. Perfect, 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 perfect. So just keep doing that until everything is shredded up. Put it in a bowl, set it aside, and then we will go ahead and we will get our water going, and then we can go ahead and take the water and boil it with the chicken stock, and we can get our dumplings started, and then we'll be one step closer to being completely done with this beautiful meal. So let's go ahead and finish this up real quick, and I will meet you by the boiling water, baby. Okay, now I'm going to take my electric skillet and I'm going to fill it back up with water. Now you want to put quite a bit of water in, but you don't want to put too much, because when you put all your other ingredients in, it's going to rise and you don't want it to overflow. Now I'm using my electric skillet like I said, but if you're doing this on the stovetop, then you may want to have an additional big old deep pot, man, and you can get you some water boiling in there. Then once you get your water, you can go ahead and add your base, our chicken broth base, baby. Yeah, that good yellow stuff. You want to make sure and scrape it and get out every last bit. And once you have it all added in there, stir it around until it gets a good golden yellow color like this here. And while we're waiting for that to really get on a good rolling boil, we can hop on over to our rolls and start rolling up our dumplings. So by the time the water is really boiling and rocking and rolling, then we'll be ready to drop them in, baby. Yes. Well, we're back over here again, and it's time to roll, or biscuit if you will. So let's take our biscuits here. This is just some regular old flaky jumbo biscuits, 8 of them in there. And you know, depending on how big a pot you got, that's going to depend on how many of these you roll up. But since I'm using what I'm using today, I'm only going to be going with this one can that I got in my hand. Now this part here, this always scares the shit out of me, and it don't matter how I do it. But you got to peel this paper back, and then there's going to be a little line that we're going to have to crack. And when it pops, boy, the fun will stop, because it'll scare me half to death, baby. Like that. Damn, it does it on its own. Shit, scared me half to death right there. But it's open, and we're over with it. So now that we got it open, you want to take a biscuit at a time, and they might be a little ooey gooey if you let them sit out on the counter like I did, like an idiot. But it's all right. We're gonna make it through. Take it, peel it, and start rolling up into a little ball. Now you want to roll a little smaller on these, because once it hits that hot liquid boil, woo, it's gonna expand. Yeah, like me after a big dinner. So keep them small, keep them rolled tight. You want them to look just about like this here. Looking pretty good. And once we get all those rolled, I can guarantee that our water is already going to be boiled. And yes, look at that water boiling over there. It's rolling, it's ready, and so are our dumplings. So we'll go ahead and drop those in right now, baby. All right, we got our water coming to a good boil, and all of our little dumplings are rolled. So we can go ahead and start dropping them. Now you want to be real careful when you do this. Don't burn your fingers now or nothing. Just set it in there real gently. Yeah, just like that. Now you want to try to go pretty quick here, because they're going to start expanding on you real quick. And what's going to happen is they're going to try to morph and become a big old transformer dumpling, and a big ass thing to fill up the whole pot. So you got to watch and you got to stir. Make sure they don't stick together. You all separate and play nice together in there, because I want some good dumplings to eat tonight, boy. Just keep dropping them in there. Like I said, be very careful. Don't burn your fingers. And once we get all the dumplings in there, then you just got to wait. And like I said, every once in a while, stir it, check it, because it is going to try to stick together. Yep. See what I'm talking about? See how they're blowing up in size, boy? And see how they're trying to stick all together and be all one big deal? Keep stirring them up, baby. Keep sure they stay separated. And the real way to know that they're really done is just to get you a fork and pull one right out. And you'll see the consistency and texture of it. You know, some people like theirs kind of gooey, some people like them stiff. Me, I like them a little gooey on the outside and a little stiff in the middle. So a little bit of half and half on my dumpling there, baby. Yeah. But like I say, however you want to eat it. And when the dumplings are ready to go, then we will add in everything else. Hey baby, we're getting close. Those dumplings are done and we're ready to add in all our other ingredients. So without further ado, let us start off with our carrots here. Put the first can in there. And then go ahead and add your second can too. Get your spatula and stir it around a little bit. Then we can add our green onions. Dump them all in there, baby. Yeah, just like that. That's right, baby. Stir those up. And last but not least, what would the chicken and dumplings be without a little bit of chicken, baby? So we'll just pick up our cutting board here and we're going to scoot some right down in there. Now at this point you want to have your heat down on about medium heat, and we are going to stir and let this sit for just a tiny bit longer. Let everything kind of blend together. Get magical, baby. And then once that's done, we're going to be ready to get us a bowl and see how it tastes. So a few more minutes, we'll be back and we're going to have a little bite for us, baby. Let's do it. Alright baby, the time has come. The chicken and dumplings are done and I'm having that first bite just for me, baby. Man, the whole house smells delicious. Make sure you get a little bit of everything in each bite. Some green onion, carrot, dumpling, and a little bit of that chicken, of course, baby, of course. Now that tastes like home, baby. You know, you make chicken and dumplings, and it just makes home more homey. You know what I mean, homie? Well, I hope y'all enjoyed this episode of Cooking with Black Iowa. Make sure to like and subscribe, and follow me on social media. You can also watch all my other cooking videos right here on my YouTube channel. Y'all have a good one, and I'll see you next time.